Okay, so I am still taking viewer deck submissions. I'm just not doing viewer deck submissions for $10 anymore like we used to. So for $50, 50, I will play one of your decks on stream for a minimum of an hour, probably closer to 2 hours. We've been doing a little bit longer sessions with decks if they're reasonable. And with the higher price tag, it means your deck will get played quicker. So this is actually a donation that we had come in this morning. Generally speaking, I won't always play them the same day, but usually within the next 24 hours or so, unless you're donating on the weekend when I'm not live, obviously, asterisk. So this is Bant Yorion Enchantment. So we've got the Sky Noodle here, and I think as long as this card is legal, it's probably just the best thing all of these mid-range decks can be doing. I actually had worked on a number of ideas for Calix and Bant Enchantments decks, and I kept trying to mix and match things, and they all just ended up being worse versions of Yorion decks. So I think building this as a Yorion deck makes a lot of sense because the cards you're playing synergize with this anyways, and the cost of playing this as your companion is fairly trivial. There's so many good cards in this format that playing, this many extra cards really isn't that big of a deal. So, we've got, what do we got things that blink? We got Path to the World Tree, and Omen of the Sun, and Omen of the Sea, and Conquer's Death. And then when we're putting enchantments in and out, we've got Setessan Champion here as well. I kind of feel like the only thing that jumps out at me as being kind of strange is I'm not really sure why we're playing Dryad in this deck. Like, I get that we have some 5-drops, but we're not really ramping to anything meaningful, right? Unless I'm missing something. I guess this has an X, but this isn't really an X payoff, right? Like, it technically makes a bunch of shards when you pay a bunch of mana, but it's not like that's winning you the game. You put a lot of lands. Sure, but like what are we doing with all of those lands after we draw them up, right? Like what's the upside of getting them into play super quick? Oh, you want Doomskar's Overshadow the Skies? That's probably fine. I like the idea of Felidar Retreat. Oh, it can activate Path to the World Tree. Sure, I like that. That's cute. It gives you all 5 colors of mana for that. I'll bite. Alright, let's jump on into some games and see how this feels. The shards are enchantments. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm into that. That's cute. So, like, they're enchantments, so they give you a bunch of 2/2s. That's a bit of a payoff. I'll buy that for $1. I wish we had all 10 Triumphs too. The fact that we only have half of the Tri-lands feels real bad. I hate half land cycles. That was the best thing about waiting and coming back to Magic, was the fact that when I came back, we suddenly had all the dual lands. I skipped playing during the period where they just randomly didn't give us half the dual lands. This'll fish us up plains, and this is island. This makes something unblockable too. That's cute. It's really good with letting large champions punch through for lethal. I like it. And this, if this comes into play and makes a bunch of enchantments, it makes this really large, right? So if this drops a bunch of shards, it makes this huge, and then it makes it unblockable. Do I give them a card with this so I get a card with this? I think the answer is yes. think the answer is yes. Whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, reveal a land from among them, put it into your hand. Sure. Who are we exiling with this? I think it's just the Mammoth. Man, we are really bad at drawing lands, huh? This is big enough to get chopped down now, which is a little scary. It also gets stepped on by Bone Crusher Giant. If I block. Alright, so this is kind of sweet. I get to play this with X equals 2, which makes 2 shards, which triggers this twice, which then means I've drawn 3 cards this turn, so I can then now down-tick this to kill the Lovestruck Beast.
I never miss.
That's actually great, right? I want to gain some life. The odds of you fishing up both of those with Fabled Passage is so small, Save-In. Like, that's such an edge case. I think we'd much rather just, like, draw Dryad. Like, Dryad lets us have the 5-color payoff, too. I don't know, if you're Yorieing a bunch of stuff, you probably don't need the value from Path as well.
That's new for me.
But like, what the situation you're describing, it sounds like we're already ahead, and like, why do I need to get even more ahead in the situation that you're describing? But yes, you may install this game. We're just passing.
Look, record every game, Daddy. I'll record like that.
Is Mommy awake yet?
No.
Okay, you need to go upstairs and start your class, and you can play this game after your class. Okay, your class starts in 2 minutes, so you need to go tell Mom that your class is time to start, okay? Mommy's upstairs. Christy must have missed her alarm. I should make a note to check in with her at 8 a.m. I mean, they're drawing a bunch of cards, but like, so are we, right? Oh, I should have killed the mammoth instead of the other one, right? I think noodling is what we're interested in doing here, right? Oh, these don't come back till end of turn, though. That's awkward. But it's been a second since I've noodled myself, chat. That's fine. We're looking for, what's his name at this point? We're looking for Archon. Conqueror's Death ain't bad. Triggers. I'll take this one. I'll take this one. I think I'm declining here because my hand's gonna be too full. Alright, there's the Archon of Sun's Grace. I don't think we need DJ Calix anymore. Yeah, discard one more card. Man, having to discard the hand size, pretty unlucky. Yes, our deck is mobile ready, for sure. Full next, thanks for the follow. If you're still here, welcome to the channel. It's not too bad. Took 20 minutes to build back up to the viewer count we were at before things crashed. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana altogether here. So I could do this, and then Elspeth can conquer Great Henge. Are we gonna deck them? Is that the plan, chat? Does anybody envision this game ending in any way other than, I guess maybe we put a bunch of flag things into play? I'm like trying to envision what the end of this game looks like. Yeah, the noodle should be pretty lethal next turn, right? The noodle's gonna blink a bunch of enchantments while Archon's in play. We're gonna like play Omen, play Noodle, blink everything. Yeah, Niko can also combos with Archon. Sounds Grace here. Niko X's 6 is going to give us fewer things than Yorion. That's true. If they have Ember Cleave, we are dead here. They attack with 3 things. All right, no cleave this turn should mean we're in the clear. We didn't die this turn, so I don't think they can get back in this. Yeah, you can't count because I'm going to play another enchantment for the people that are saying Niko is more. I get to play Omen of the Sun, and then I get to play Yorion and blink everything. And actually, I get to play Path of the World Tree too, right? And then it's actually funny, I'm blinking Banishing Light, which gives them Henge back. But Henge is legendary. So the other Henge goes away, and then Elspeth Conquers Death is going to come back into play and exile this Henge. Oh, I forgot about the Wolfwillow Haven. Yeah, I missed that one. Good call. Out of sight, out of mind. Triggers. Alright, let's get rid of that one. What is Banishing Light taking here? Probably just one of their Chunk Monks, huh? Actually, let's exile their 1/1. So that way their Love Struck Beast can't attack. Yeah, I mean, just like their mobile could be developed by the best software developers in the world. And I don't know how you make board states like this feasible and pleasant to navigate on mobile. Like, it's not even a commentary on their developers. It's just a commentary on, like, what Magic is as a game. Our opponent has conceded. Yeah, I think that's a natural conclusion to that. This is a Doomskar matchup, right? This is a Doomskar matchup. Oh, Calix seems slow and bad. He gets attacked. They have a lot of chunky monkeys. Dryad of the Grove doesn't have a super meaningful stat line in this matchup. That's probably an Ugin matchup, huh? Ugin seems real loose in this deck. There's so many things that Ugin exiles on our side. Oh, Intervention. Yeah, I should board an Intervention. That's a good suggestion. I don't know that I like cutting Niko. Niko is basically a combo enabler in a way. It's like makes a bunch of enchantments to give you a bunch of 2/2s in the late game. Kiora Best the Sea Gods. That diddles their board, right? Rawson, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel this morning. I think we lead on this to generate triggers with this. If they want a real prison deck, they need to print an enchantment that prevents your opponent from conceding. Alright, so we got these two set up. So next turn I get to go fetch island, play Wolfwillow Haven, trigger, play Banishing Light, trigger. Well, we've got some cards. We've drawn a few cards. The hoodie is cozy. Shout out to Riot Games. This is my League Championship Series hoodie. Hashtag League Partner. I mean, I think we just make a bunch of blockers here, right? I will not be reviewing the Runeterra patch notes until the end of the stream. But hopefully there's some goodies in there, but I don't plan to break Magic or Chroma in the middle whenever they drop to do that, as an FYI. I feel like these patch notes will be a big miss if they don't give us Ilysian change. Really hope that happens. Oh, by the way, to give credit where credit is due, the submit one button at the end there is a graphical user interface improvement that would make playing the Zenith Flare deck in Historic much easier. It doesn't just auto discard the cards when you click on the last one. You click submit after, so that's nice. Yeah, I agree. Actually, I was actually just thinking that, Seth. Seeing how Nessian Wanderer is playing out and how I have all these lands in my hand, Dryad actually seems super reasonable. So I'm glad we played games with it and didn't just cut it. And things like that is why I usually like to play games with things to start. Honestly, it might have been right to play this before I play this other Omen, just to get the mana going. So we're looking for our card that makes what's it called at this point, right? Is it crazy to Doomskar? What if I don't Dryad right now and I set myself up to Doomskar plus Dryad next turn? I can like Banishing Light this Great Henge here. This other Archon, that's sad. Yeah, I like banishing the Henge, and then I can take this and throw it under the coffee table for later. You can Yorion blink things and then Doomskar and then your other things come back. Yeah. That is how that works. I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. I need 11 to do that. Is that good? I might be able to tread water another turn. That seems greedy. I think I'm just Doomscarring next turn. No, my Archons. Take a Conqueror's Death for later. Do we attack first? I'm just gonna jump. So this is an instance where it's strictly correct to attack first, but it actually doesn't matter, so stop it. Well, the Naya matchup seems real good. Those games did not feel particularly close. It was a scoop star. Anyways, we attacked their will to live. Cut the Ugin. That's a good suggestion. The Ugin is silly. So, something that I think is a mistake is I think this is probably the best card against Yorion decks. And I think not having at least 3 of these is probably wrong. So obviously this card is for the blue-red matchup. That's probably fine to have, but I really want, honestly, I want 4 strokes in here. If I'm being completely honest. Can I just cut these Feldar retreats? This card seems really mediocre against the other control decks. Because, this card seems mediocre against the control decks because most of them are playing like either Conqueror's Death or Binding. And it's just going to die a lot of the time. Yeah, let's just do this. Just the old 4-4-2 sideboard with this obviously being the 15th. Yeah, we'll need to restart the client at some point. It's always a little laggy, Time Lord, just how it is. Morning, T-Master Rain. Kind of want to mulligan this. I guess it's functional. I don't know. Not having any of our green cards to start feels a little bad. Yeah, I would much rather have strokes than sharks for the control matchup too. I think if you're playing blue in this format and you're not registering close to 4 disdainful strokes, if you're playing blue and don't have a bunch of other counter spells, you should probably have 4 strokes in your 75 in this format. It's very good. Swarm Shambler. Cute. I think we're just playing this as a blocker. This is my 2-4. Brutal. Savage. Wrecked. Wait, did they just... Well, apparently my Twitch is disconnected again. So, yeah. Huh? Part of me wants to bin 2 cards here. I think I'm binning Niko and Fabled Passage. I need to drop Conqueror's Death here. I guess the fact that they put Gem Razor underneath here means that Conqueror's Death can't tag this, which is cute. So definitely a Doomskar matchup. DJ Calix is probably the cut most of the time, I think, when we do that. He's a little slow. I think I'd rather have Niko than him. Actually, maybe Niko's the cut too. He's a little bit slow to get ramped up and get going, and I think with Yorion, we blink in and out enough to be fine. Thank you for the sub gifts, Jack Lives. I appreciate it. Welcome back. All right, if it happens a third time, I'm gonna be done for the day. Because every time that happens, I lose, like we had, it took us, 40 minutes to get back to where it was when we crashed, so like, if I'm not gonna have viewers anyways, I'm just gonna keep perpetually fragging my viewer count, I'm gonna take the day off. Or the rest of the day off, I suppose. So. We died, they aggroed us out of the first game. If you missed the first game, it'll all be up on the YouTube channel later. My recording did not get disconnected in the middle, because again, it wasn't on my end. My internet didn't disconnect. Twitch is having issues today. We'll give Twitch one more chance, but if it dies again, I'll tell my sponsor I gotta push their segment to another day, because Twitch is having problems. Are we banishing lighting a scavenging ooze? I think so, honestly. Because we can change what we have banishing light on later, which is nice. You're watching this on YouTube. This is another awkward deck tech in the middle of the video because Twitch crashed in the middle, and I wanted to give you the first match that we played with this deck still, because the first match that we played earlier today was great. If you weren't here earlier today, you can catch that first match on my YouTube channel in the future. But this is Bant Enchantments. This is a viewer-submitted deck. I'm still taking viewer-submitted Magic decks for $50 submissions. Basically, this deck is kind of an Archon of Sun's Grace combo deck. So what you're looking to do is you're looking to put a bunch of enchantments in play, and then while this is out, you blink all of your enchantments with Yorion and make a bunch of 2/2s, or you play Niko here, and all of his shard tokens, Niko is gender neutral, all of their shard tokens are enchantments, so all of Niko's enchantments come into play and trigger Archons of Sun Grace to give you a bunch of 2/2 lifelinkers, which is sweet. We've also got all the other good Yorion stuff that you don't mind blinking for value at different points, so let's go ahead and play some more games with this, and hopefully it's sweet. It was sweet earlier. We got to play a game and a half with it earlier before Twitch died, and it was sweet there, so hopefully it continues to be sweet. Ain't That Slick and Oden, thanks for the follows if you're still here, I appreciate that. Yeah, the Victor buff is good. Victor buff is a strict upgrade. It's a good change. So we got Path to the World Tree here. So we'll get to fetch Forest on 1, go Island, World Tree, grab a Plains, and then we can play Dryad into another land on 3. Sounds good. The Riven buff is huge. I'm all about the Riven buff. The Riven buff is the one glimmer of sunshine goodness in a otherwise very disappointing balance patch. Alright, so blue-red Snowland probably means a deck full of counterspells. We've got 4 anti-counterspell cards in our sideboard at least. Any plans to add it to your highlights channel? So, I think I'm actually going to be stopping doing content highlights peeking. Even after doing highlights for going on 4 months now, my highlight content gets less views than all of my full-length stream content, and it takes me more work to do it. And Magic highlights would be a lot of work to do because Magic highlights, what's the word that I'm searching for? Magic highlights, there's more editing that needs to be done to them. Because there's way more downtime and waiting in games of Magic, and I don't have the energy to invest into making good Magic highlights is a lot of work. And the amount of return I would likely get from spending that time doing that just isn't worthwhile. Hey, Nightstar, thank you for the 34 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Basically every... Oh, I'm dumb. I forgot I could attack into that, but they messed it up too, so that's great. How long till Chroma? We're just getting started with Magic, so we're gonna do Chroma in about 2 hours or so. I'm gonna update my schedule on my calendar now for people that want Chroma stuff. We're gonna start that. It's 1 o'clock. We're gonna start that about 3. I think we bluffed them into not blocking, yeah. This is kind of funny. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I have no idea how Arena works in terms of being free to play or not. I would assume this deck being mono rares and mythics means it's very expensive. I played a little bit of Chroma off stream. We're gonna start today with the tutorial on stream, both for my benefit and for the viewers at home. I played like 2.5 games against the computer in it. I mean, like, we're missing land drops, but we got a bunch of pressure in play. So, like, you know. Yeah, Arena's a very expensive application to get into. Well, okay, so we get to board in 4 Destiny Spinners here, which says creatures and enchantments we control can't be countered. Calix, DJ Calix is real slow here. Niko seems real slow. Yeah, about 3 or a little before then, Titan. I plan to play this deck for about 2 hours at least. I think that's just the play. We cut these 4 and bring in 4 Destiny Spinner. Pretty easy mulligan here with no second land. Howdy, Alistair. BT dubs for people who are subs and only care about one game or just want notifications when I change games and I'm doing multi-stream days. In the subscriber Discord server, there are roles you can join where I'll tag you with the notification when I go live with Runeterra or Magic or variety stuff. So if you only care about 1 or 2 of those 3, you can sign up in the Discord, add yourself to the group role, and get notifications for just the content that you care about when we go live. I think we just go ahead and Omen now while they're tapped out. I'm missing my second white source, right? I think we just got a bottoms up here. Destiny Spinner's nice. So we'll pass here, and we'll probably end step Thirst, I imagine. Have you thought about going to a local college and seeing if a post-production student can use an internship making highlight videos? No, because using unpaid internships is immoral, and it's not something I'm interested in doing. Yeah, that's been the anecdotal feelings from people in this community as well as myself, Triple. I'm really surprised that Ilysian got left out is. Ilysian and NPR. They're both cards that people hate playing against, and rightfully so. I'm gonna lead on this to see if we can bait them into counterspelling it. Because I would much rather this resolve. Okay, and now that they let this resolve, I'm going to go ahead and path to the World Tree here, rather than playing into this counterspell. Hey, Banana. Thanks for the third review. I really appreciate the Prime. Welcome back. Afternoon. We did in fact see it coming. So let's fetch our second white here. If this deck is good, it's not because of Calix. We've been boarding Calix out a lot, actually. He's not great. Sorry to dash your hopes and dreams. If this resolves, the game is over. I don't know what's in their hand, but it's got to be good for us. I mean, I'm a Calix fanboy too. I think his design is sweet. He's just not very good. I have enough self-awareness to like accept that like a card that I like isn't good. That's okay. Lots of sweet things are bad. Even if they have a dragon here, this Conqueror's Death is uncounterable next turn, so like, you know, beep beep. Oh no! The pride cometh before the fall, chat. It's a pretty good one. Storm's Wrath is strong, for sure. No other counterspells here is great for us. It's definitely what they needed there. BT dubs for folks who are my regulars. Tomorrow night, I'm going to be sending out... I'll send it out tonight, actually. I'm going to be sending out my first quarterly sub-survey for 2021. It'll be... Basically, I just like to poll the people that support my content, which bits of my content that they enjoy. So I'll be asking about Magic, Runeterra, variety stuff. I'm going to be asking some scheduling questions on there. I'm going to be asking about viewer deck list submissions, stuff like that, so... We're just starting with this. Oh, right. All of my lands make all colors of mana. Lovely. Oh, they have Disdainful Stroke? That would make sense why they keep holding up. This has got to be Disdainful Stroke, right? I feel like getting a stroke on that and not on a Conqueror's Death is a big win for us. Honestly, I wouldn't mind drawing an untapped land, because if we draw an untapped land, we get to Sky Noodle plus Elspeth Conqueror's Death here. I want to Conqueror's Death first, because they could have Mystic Dispute. There's a card they could bring in against us, so I want to have that 3 mana open to play around that. Not attacking this into their Faceless Haven here, obviously. Duh. Okay, so we're gonna Sky Noodle. They must have a counterspell, right? Otherwise they wouldn't have played this into the Conqueror's Death. Okay. That also doesn't really matter, right? Because this is going to bring back Yorion next turn. Which is going to blink these. Just like bury them under a pile of cards. I feel like until proven otherwise, Yorion's the king of the mid-range. The fact that this is a Yorion deck that gets to play 4 Destiny Spinners seems huge. I know, obviously this card didn't do a whole ton in this specific game, but I feel like this card is good against the best cards against this archetype. Just being able to be like, nah, you can't counter my stuff is kind of absurd. Okay, so now Yorion comes back, we blink these, and we get to put this into play before these come back. I mean, like, this game was probably already done, but like, now it's really done. Yeah, the fact that it doesn't die to Bone Crusher Giant is great. Yay! We're platinum gamers, chat. Oh, I could have bounced the Dryad for an extra token. Good call. This is not a Calix deck. This is a Sky Noodle deck that has 2 copies of Calix in it. If anything, I don't even think Calix is the best planeswalker in our deck. I'm pretty sure the new guy, Niko or whatever the name is better. Yeah, Niko, not Niko. I'm pretty sure Niko is the better of the 2 planeswalkers in this deck. We keep this in bottom of Fabled Passage. Yes, I started, if you want to watch it right away, Dr. Mr. Punny, the very start of this stream is a 40-minute long, patch plus new cards review, and it'll be up on YouTube later in its own video. It's quite the chunky piece of content. Yeah, the fact that the shards are artifact or enchantments is huge for this deck. Missing the untapped land here feels real bad. Where you see the new cards? The Runeterra Twitter account. It might be right to wait to play this until their turn so they can't use this mana. Yeah, I think there's a chance I'm supposed to pass there. Even if it's like, I missed my land drop anyways, I think there's a good chance that was a saw it coming.
It takes him ideas like seconds are fleeting.
Alright, so we get to get rid of Teferi here and hopefully draw land.
Think fast.
I'm kind of surprised they didn't downtick on this to phase it out to the highest land tier. That's probably better, honestly.
Looks like I'm out of time.
We just keep that.
It's time to improvise.
Don't worry, I never miss.
Wanderer's been very good. To one target creature control can't be blocked this turn. It deals combat damage this turn. Return to its owner's hand. Create a shard token. Deal 2 damage. Target creature for each card you've drawn this turn. Let's create a shard token. Draw another land, hopefully.
Gotta prepare for the next throw.
Doesn't really do much. Give Teferi a love tap here.
Ah, respect your elders. Think fast.
They are kind of they aren't strictly better clues because they're enchantments instead of artifacts, but the fact that we can strap things underneath these with DJ Calix is pretty good.
I do love a good puzzle.
They discarded Dream Trawler to Conquer's Death. Yikes. Hey, Demolisher, thank you for the 14 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back.
Come on, stay sharp.
I'm gonna go ahead and just pass back here, planning to Omen of the Sea this turn. I don't know if we're gonna be able to beat Dream Trawler here.
Ideas, like seconds, are fleeting.
I could Calix the Saga to a shard. Yeah, or no. Is that the line? And then my Calix dies to their Skyclave. I'll just alt that 10. That's true. I could have killed this with Niko. That's a good thought. Yeah, maybe that was better. DWD, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. I have Ox. It's a really cute do the thing deck.
I'll do better tomorrow.
So I think we Wanderer and then try and hit Teferi here. So if we can find an Archon and make a bunch of tutu flyers, we can just block this Dream Trawler potentially. So there's a chance that happens. Also have a ton of cards in hand though too, so like, you know. I guess they can't counterspell us this turn. I mean, I can Yorion. Is that good, though? Why is Yorioning good? Gives me a blocker, I suppose? Blink the Saga. Is blinking the Saga good? This Niko doesn't do much, right? Blinking Omen digs us towards our 4-drop potentially, which is what we're looking for to stay alive here, so it works from that perspective too. I'd rather exile the Skyclave than make them discard a card. Double, thank you for the 35 months. It's a long time. Welcome back. Anarchist Sun. Thanks for the follow. Good afternoon. Getting this 2/2 gives us a blocker for this down the line, which is nice. Oh, so sad. Afternoon silence. We're starting with this. We're hoping they can't draw 5 cards next turn. Is not our 4-drop we want for Christmas. The Voice Gaming, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Bat should be lethal. Yeah, the uncounterable Dream Trawler off the Conqueror's Death. I think the person that suggested earlier that I should have Calixed their Conqueror's Death, I think they were correct. I should have done that. It was a mistake that I didn't. Destiny Spinner and Stroke both potentially seem good here. I'm not really sure what I'm cutting, though. Banishing Light and Omen of the Sun, maybe? Maybe trim a Wolfwillow Haven. Hey, Captain Command. Thanks for the tip. I appreciate it. Did you submit a form for your things? There's not a deck code in your donation there, Captain Command. You might have missed it. That's fine. Not amazing, but fine. Need some lands. I have a lot of those. Oh, you DM me on Discord, that'll work. Thanks for the 17 months, Lark. Yeah, XMB0 for Niko. They'll just make no shards when they come into play. You can still down tick Niko and get a shard right away though, which is nice. Yeah, I just want to get Champion down to start trying to draw the most cards. Zero Sin, thank you for the 23 months. Good afternoon. Let's try and draw some cards, huh? I love drawing cards. They can attack him with Skyclave, that's not a big deal. Niko and kill it. I don't have second blue for Niko. Oh, I could have. This is second blue. Maybe that's better.
Think of the damage you are causing.
Oh, he only hits tap. Niko only hits tapped things. You are correct.
Your meddling.
Six, so 7 lands this turn. 7 mana, I guess I should say.
Clothis, show me my path.
Let's lead on Dryad here. Took the bait.
Let's have a good clean match. This reflects on your actions.
I am blessed by Nyx.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is 8. I think I want to scry with this, or fetch with this before I start scrying. I'm gonna leave this back. This is probably a good window to put Yorion in my hand, right? Draw the noodle here. They're sacrificing a land when they're on 6 lands in the control mirror. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it pays off for them here. I feel like the utility lands are good in control mirrors, but I feel like you're not supposed to start cashing them in until like we're in the double-digit land territory. Yes, my tweet, we started with Runeterra patch review, but their patch doesn't actually go live till tomorrow. They just post the notes the day before Blue Fire. There'll be a 40-minute patch review that goes up on YouTube this evening. Honestly, this is just an all conquers deaths on matchup, right? Damn it, Bobby.
Stars will light our way.
Good thing they don't have Cabal Therapy, right?
We fight well together.
Sure. What's going on, Seth? Yeah, I've been playing this one for about 40 minutes. Which is one game. Man, it takes a... The one thing I definitely forgotten with how quick Runeterra is the pacing of the games. Matches, best of 3 sets of Magic are so long. Especially with decks like these. It's like an hour for one match. You've scarred my Doom, opponent. You got me. That's true. And Arena is much faster than Magic Online. It's definitely true. Yeah, they have Faceless Haven here, which is almost assuredly why they swept my 3-3. Almost assuredly.
Clothis, show me my path.
I think we're just looking for... the, what's it called at this point? We're just looking for the thing to make 2/2s. Target land becomes XX, where X is the number of enchantments you control. Yes. Yes. This one's gonna get counterspelled. You know what? This is wrong. With how much mana they have, I should have held that up. Yeah, it is worth noting we can activate Path to the World Tree here, because this gives us mana of any color. Might be something we want to do down the line. Okay, so this means that they're not going to sweep the board anymore, right? Is what that means. So how do we use that to our advantage?
I can see more clearly now.
What does Calix alt do? Nothing? There goes our Archon.
Blessed by Nyx.
What if I do this, and then what if we Niko and make infinite shards? What if I do this and make 6 shards? Hey, Mox, it's good to be back. Thanks for the support, I appreciate it. So all of these are enchantments, which means this turns my lands. I'm so dumb. I have 3 extra life. I give them a 3-point handicap, it's fine. Which means all of these, this is gonna turn lands into 12/12s. Which is above average. 13, sorry, 14. These are both. No, this is an enchantment. This is an enchantment, though. Oh, there's a Wolfwillow Haven hiding under here too.
This is not right.
Breath. I got this.
Under the snow-covered bus you go, Faceless Haven. Why do they have trample? I didn't realize they had trample. Are they alive because I gave them 3 points of life earlier? Or are they dead? Oh, they're dead. All right, got it. Good stuff. Good stuff. Man, Destiny Spinner, huh? Not bad. I think I'm happy with how I boarded. Gonna run it back. Lee Kane, thanks for the follow, by the way. Yeah, they trample too for some reason, right? XX with trample. There's a lot of words on this card. I failed the trample part of the reading comprehension test here, but Arena's got me covered, chat. Arena's got me covered. That ability is not why we're playing Destiny Spinner. We're playing Destiny Spinner for her top line of text, but getting the whole package is nice here. Feels good, man. Alright. Nice, nice. We get to go Wanderer into this plus tap land. This is the tournament I am playing on Saturday. If you would like to play, you can sign up on Melee. I think it's a $20 entry fee, if I recall. There's a $500 cash prize pool, and the top 4 from the tournament get invited to a larger tournament. We leave that there because it guarantees us a land for this, right? Decided what deck I'm playing on Saturday. No, not at all, Space Martian. Blue-Red Flash and Sultai Control are towards the top of my list at the moment, but I'm not going to decide that until like Friday night. The nice thing about playing in digital Magic tournaments is you don't have to borrow cards in advance, so you just like make last-minute decisions. Huh? Is this standard? This is, yeah. Yeah, I'm not playing Historic though. I don't intend to play Historic until they ban, if they ban, what's it called? Teferi? Or Uro. Uro, they banned Teferi already. Uro's the one. I'm sure we're playing too many creatures to make Shark Typhoon work. I just don't know that Shark Typhoon's better than any cards we're already playing. What would you cut for a Shark Typhoon and why is that the cut? Would be my question to you. Thought process behind how we scryed. Well, I scryed a land to the top because I knew I was going to get this trigger. But other than that, like, neither of, like, this is a good answer to threats in their deck, and I have plenty of lands at this point, and other ways to get lands, so I don't really need that one. I'd also prefer to just, like, draw lands naturally. I have another scry here. I think we're just attacking with this into the Teferi, and then probably playing DJ Calix here? Are we playing Calix or are we playing Archon? They're missing second white, but they're getting to draw a discard with this a bunch. So I feel like, oh, okay, so the fact that they Teferi'd this actually makes me want to play Sun's Grace, because now if my opponent has a sweeper next turn, they can't kill both my things. I'm gonna keep that, so they're gonna have this next turn. Calix only exiles enchantments and creatures. He can't exile planeswalkers. One of the many reasons why he's kind of... I mean, I'm actually not sure that Calix is good in this deck. Niko is really good. Calix has been a little whatever. If we can find another Omen, Setessan Champion gets to kill Teferi, which would be nice.
Wish I knew that was coming.
Kinda wishing I'd kept another land there. Yeah, Calix has been poop basically every time we've drawn him. His plus has been real mediocre. His minus is basically useless. And his, it doesn't feel like we need the extra card advantage with everything else we have going on. So this only makes my creatures and enchantments uncounterable, so this also doesn't work with this. Oh. Oh, they just elected to let me have the Calix. Alright. Calix is like, listen, Jeff, stop trash talking me. I'm gonna come do some work. So now we get to go ahead and exile this. To be fair, this is only getting to happen here because they tapped out because of Destiny Spinner. That still works out. We get to exile this and then smash these into Teferi. He can tick up to 3, but he's taking 4. Yeah, so I can bring Yorion to hand here, but I'm not actually sure that that's a good play. Like, I already have a Yorion in hand, and like discarding the hand size could be a real thing that happens this game. So I'm not sure that there's value in spending my mana to maybe have to discard the hand size on the line here. I think I'm just passing. Double top save, found our second white source. They did. Doom.
Clothis, show me my path.
Oh no, not a counter spell. They have Dubs Conquers Death here to get these back with eventually.
Was I fated to fail?
Was I fated to fail? Drunk Owl, I think I almost missed your resub. $78-ish reappropriated from Bezos to you. I appreciate it. That's 16 times 3.5. 78 sounds high. But 16 times 3.5. 50, 56. Math's a little off. I still appreciate it. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Did I bottom an untapped land? I did not. Really wish I had an untapped land here. The fact that I can't both Conquer's Death and another spell here really sucks. What if we lead on Niko as bait? This screams bait. Relevant links are always allowed in chat. The chat rules are very simple. Act like a child, you'll be treated like a child. Act like an adult, you'll be treated like an adult. Alright, so now that that happened, do we Archon now? I'm gonna Conquer's Death. It's more mana efficient. This isn't resolving, but we just gotta, like, get through their counter spells. Yeah. Yeah, saving creature spells for next turn has a lot of value, is accurate. So next turn, we'll get to go Archon as bait into Noodle. Obviously, if they have Dub's counterspell, they have Dub's counterspell. Sick. Just played against an opponent, RDW, who full controlled the entire match, and it's year ago spammed me. Those games shouldn't count for extra, but they feel like they should. Yep. Oh, you know what? I messed up here. I should have minus Niko first and then blinked Niko here as well.
Restocked and ready to go.
This Niko should be at 3 here if I had played better. That's fine. Somehow we'll recover. Think DJ Calix is good enough here. I don't even know what we're looking for at this point. We kind of have everything we could want. Probably just more Disdainful Strokes, honestly.
Skills are aged to perfection.
Thanks for the 17 months, Black Sheep. It's good to have you back. Don't Dream Trawler me this turn.
Fast.
Oh yeah, Destiny Spinner could be good too. I think we're just looking for strokes and spinners at this point, right? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. Niko bounces Yorion. Oh my god, Niko bounces Yorion. Man, that's dumb. That's real dumb.
I can get you past their defenses.
Time to improvise. Don't worry, I'll think of something.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I can...
Prepare for the next throw.
So do we Yorion Blink? Yorion Blink gives them Dream Trawler back. I think that's fine though, with the board state we're in. I could also Calix, strap the Elspeth Conquers Death to this. I think I do that because it lets me hold up Disdainful Stroke.
Gods, foolish mortals have unbalanced our world.
When's the Chroma segment? About an hour and a half. Hey, keeping them off trawlers seems really important here.
banishes you from this world.
Uro. Uro's a fucked up magic card that shouldn't exist and should be deleted. Maybe if Standard takes a really crappy turn, I will Brave Historic despite Uro, but as long as Standard is fun, I don't intend to play formats that involve Uro. Uno. Oh god, they have a negate here. Oh, thank goodness. There is a historic command.
I'll think of something.
Commands don't matter though. Nobody reads commands, chat. Come on now.
Look skyward and receive the gifts of the gods.
Do you have an Essence Scatter? You do not. You do not have an Essence Scatter. Oh no, they phased out my land. That's fine. It stops it from ultimating. How does today's outage impact the schedule? It just means I'm gonna be streaming a little bit less Magic than expected. We're still ending on Chroma because I have a contract with them.
Time to improvise.
Could have made the land unblockable. Yeah, it has trample, and this could phase it out. So making the land unblockable wouldn't have been very good. Stainless and Alonezonator, thanks for the follows. Welcome to the channel this afternoon.
The stars will light our way.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So every 5 mana lets me... Yeah, goodbye, friend. Destiny. Your Destiny's been spun. We could deck them. We could deck them. Decking them was an option. I think Destiny Spinner would get there before we deck them. All right. In just 1 hour and 3 short minutes, we have won our first match of the deck. First match with this deck for the afternoon. How do we deck them? Just by letting them draw cards. When I said we were going to play this deck for 2 hours, I meant we were going to play 2 matches. For those that needed a translation. If I draw a 3rd land, we get plenty more lands, so... Jayhawk, thank you for the brand new Prime support. I really appreciate that. There's a lot of great people who can ship those Bezo bucks every single month here on Twitch. Thanks for shipping on my way this month. The same record for before the outage. Were we 1-1 before the outage? I think we were 1-1 this morning. I don't remember. I'm going to splice this morning's video together with this one and upload one 3-hour segment to YouTube, though. That's definitely going to be a thing that happens. 2020 lol. Thanks for the follow. Good afternoon. That's rude. Land. Probably should have mulliganed this hand. Depending on how fast our deck is, we probably miss for a turn. Oh, you know what? They're probably an Ugin deck, right? That card's gotta slaughter us, huh? We got 4 strokes in the sideboard for it, but... having 2 Calix in the main deck makes sideboarding easier. Banishing Light's probably terrible against the Binding of the Old Gods deck, huh? Platinum RPGs, thanks for the 13 months. Good afternoon, welcome back. Womp womp. We might get in a third match. We're losing this one at rec. This is certainly where the magic happens. Sometimes you just lose through no fault of your own, chat. It's just how life and magic works. Life, magic, and mulligans to 4. The Jeff Hoagland story. Hey, on the off chance this doesn't die, we get to start generating some card advantage with this that can unmulligan us. This deck draws a lot of cards if its engine is allowed to get going, so like, is this dead? Looks like it's dead. That's probably the end of it, I imagine. Not dead yet. Okay.
The best thing about zombies is their adoring obedience. I have no interest in fighting.
Gosh, their hand must be stacked, huh? They just started binding up the old gods. I would expect at a minimum they have another binding here. To kill our Conqueror's Death. Just to Solemn, okay. Lands aren't even terrible draws at this point, honestly. If we draw another land, we can activate World Tree next turn. There's any reason to attack this into here? The part where they play Ugin and then we concede. Yeah, I was going to take the rest of the day off, and then I decided that I wanted to do my Chroma segment today. Let's do, it does 2 damage to a creature, it does 2, I draw 2 cards, all this other stuff. This is instant speed though too, right? This is instant speed? So I just get to go ahead and pass here? I guess I could attack with everything. I don't really want to give them live draws though for the time being. I can draw 2 and try and find a, oh, what's it called? Yeah, this card being like pseudo ramp is interesting, where you can like pay some of the mana for something up front. I feel like playing this with green ramp is a little weird though. I feel like I want to try and build like a blue-black Ugin deck based around Dream Devourer. I think that could be sweet. Like allow it to ramp you in colors that you don't normally ramp in. Yeah, Niko would be absurd. I'm actually not going to kill these because, again, I just don't want to give them removal for this. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. I get to play this. Hey, chat, remember when we mulliganed for this game? Pepperidge Farm remembers. That was super impressive. Whee!
Everyone out! I have work to do.
Think that probably does it. Yeah, this doesn't have text anymore because of Vornclicks. They have our Disdainful Stroke and all these other cards now. We needed to hit a second Disdainful Stroke in here. We just didn't. So they have an emblem here, so they retain the ability to play all of these cards is the problem. No, they can cast them permanently with that emblem. Yeah, the fact that they have a stroke here means that we're gonna have a hard time taking this off the table. Maybe they don't see the Banishing Light line and they tap out. They missed the Banishing Light line. Yeah, deal. Okay. Our opponent's mistake could be our victory here. Triggers. Oh, I need to submit 3. Got it. We did have to discard the hand size. It's pretty unfortunate. Pretty unlucky. Are we in this game again? I can't tell if we're in this game or not. I think we are. They also have a handful of cards. They're running out of cards from their Tybalt Ultimate. So they have Disdainful Stroke up. If they tap off of Disdainful Stroke, they're dead to Niko, yeah. The Niko Setessan Champion 1-turn kill you. It's kind of sick. Come on, just spend a bunch of mana, opponent. You got a bunch of blockers. Worst that could happen. You don't know what my Planeswalker does. Rats, they saw the line. They saw the line, chat. Niko dodges Stroke. I can cast Niko, so Niko's not lethal if I don't cast him with the Giant X, chat. If I don't cast Niko with the Giant X, it's not lethal. We're down to 30. You know what's funny? Our deck and their deck have the same number of cards in them right now. Chat, they have a Heartless Act face up. We're not giving them cards, so I don't want them to draw again. I played a land. I played a land and I scryed. Alright, so we're dead. Good chat. Oh, I can play extra lands with Dryads. Sure, I forgot I could play extra lands with Dryads. Next time say that. There's like 800 things going on, chat. I miss playing multiple lands a couple of turns in a row. It's also worth noting that if I would have played the extra lands out here, I could have stroked this Ugin and then we win this game, right? I think we win this game off of a mull to 4 if I remember my Dryads text. We win that despite starting on 4 cards, if I remember what my card does. A lot of things going on that board. It's our first time playing this. Send a Vogue and Reunited. Thanks for the follows. Look at the channel this afternoon. Cut Calix. That's probably a good idea, honestly. I think at a minimum, got my magic arena. I think at a minimum, I'm going to, I'm gonna go up to the 4th Banishing Light over the 2nd Calix. I don't know if there's anything that I really want over. I don't think I want a 4th Niko. I definitely want a 4th Banishing Light. Reunited. Thank you for the brand new tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. I don't think World Snake really solves problems that this deck has. I feel like the types of decks that World Snake is good against, we should already be okay against. Like, considering this for the tournament on Saturday. Nah, probably not. Generally speaking, playing deck lists that take an hour to win their matches isn't a good idea for tournaments, unless you're really into them. I don't think we need an extra land. I feel like we've got a lot of card selection going on early. BW Panda, thanks for the 7 months. Welcome back. Coco, thanks for the follow. Probably a mulligan, right? We're missing a color of mana. I don't have any of my early mana development cards. This sounds lovely. I think we just mulligan a land here, actually, right? Because we have so many things that help us get mana. And Calix is fine. He's been fine the couple of times that we've run him. Banishing Light has been better, which is why I'm playing Banishing Light instead. But Calix has been fine. People suggesting other cheeky one-ofs. I'd rather have the cheeky Calix. Think of him as a 5th Banishing Light. Have the temples been awkward? Yeah, a little bit. I don't know that I would want to replace them, though, because we kind of need the fixing with no Triome in these colors. And, like, dual lands have value as opposed to pathways. Maybe we max on pathways and trim some of the temples. I don't think we're playing max pathways, right? If I recall the look of the deck list correctly. No blocks here. Not interested in getting my Wanderer stepped on. That's not Wanderer's kink. When you board in Doomskar, this matchup against the creature decks. When you want to clear the board. Two temples, get some on-champ lands here. What are spells? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. I think I'm giving them the stomp now. This cuts them off of being able to play Henge this turn. It also cuts them off of being able to play a 3-mana adventure creature to add more pressure to the board. So I think we're dead. Like, imagine a Doomskar in a spot like this, right? I could have fetched a second white. Like, Doomskar gets us back into games like this.
Always learning, always growing. Right on target.
I think with our hand being 5 lands, there's just no catch-up mechanic at this point. Not without Doomskar in our deck. Well, I cut the second Calix, so boarding is harder. Niko's probably bad here. Probably don't need that effect. The rest of this seems good. It's just the 4 sweepers in. Yeah, I like it. I haven't yet, Son of Som, but it's on my to-do list. I'm currently in build all of the snow decks I possibly can mode. I've got a whole bunch of Gravenlore decks I have built that I want to try. Tomorrow is going to be Gravenlore Day. I've got both blue, black, and Sultai control. A little ambitious. We've got a Scry, though. If we find a blue source, we find everything else with the Omens. We think we guaranteed keep the second white. Now, I haven't been looking at Historic at all. I don't really find the gameplay super compelling. I'm not a huge fan of degenerate combo decks, and all of the fair decks are basically just Uro decks or bad, so I'd rather wait. When there's sweet fair decks we can brew without Uro and feeling bad about ourselves, we'll probably poke in there. Now, I don't think Giants are likely to be competitive while Eldraine's still legal captain, at least not without more cards from another set. The payoffs for them are all pretty low power level. We just take this while the getting is good and keep our life total high. Any blue source or enchantment we can cast, please. Nailed it. Am I just second Doomscarring? I think we can get them to commit more. I think I'd rather get Champion going and draw a couple of cards here. The upside to Doomscarring is it keeps Great Henge off the table. Yeah, this is the downside to not scarring here. They get to get this engine going, and like now that they have this engine going, like the extra value that I'm gonna get off Doomskar is mostly irrelevant because any other creatures I'm gonna be killing drew them cards. Looking for Elspeth Conquers Death here. Got a bunch of looks at it. Banishing Light's not bad, right? Am I into both of these, actually? I think I'm into both of these. I have Wanderer. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Banishing Light, and then we'll go Wanderer into Light next turn. For another one of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can go Omen of the Sea into Doomskar next turn, potentially. Killing Innkeeper before it draws cards sounds a lot of appealing. The question on my side is, what's more important, drawing an extra card or gaining 5 life? So do I want to chump with this now, because it's dying to Doomskar anyways, but then I can't draw a card with it off of Omen next turn? I think I'd rather go to 7 and take the extra card at this point. That's close though. This is the free attack I usually skip, because it's pointless. We have 6, 7 mana at this point, which means we can Yorion, play Yorion next turn, potentially. And blink, double Omen of the Sea. Could also be right to just dubs Banishing Light next turn. Alright, we're definitely double Banishing Lighting next turn. JK, we could do this plus Banishing Light. I think just for safety purposes, we gotta do this, because if they draw a 1/1, they could kill us because of the trigger from Scald. Play something that gets exiled by Conqueror's Death, opponent. You know you want to. Danger Noodle. Yep. Are we liking Doomskar? It's fine. It's playable. It's a good sweeper. Oh no! Not a 3-1! How will we ever win the game now, opponent? My one weakness. It's garbage time. You don't have to go home, but you can't play here. Do 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 do. Oh, this gives them a card, technically. That's fine, it gives me 2. Have your free card. Nobody cares. Oh, I missed the Wolfwillow Haven. It's fine. My opponent needed the extra help, chat. Triggers. I'm a giver, you see. Sure. Alright, so he's gotta not die to Embercleave this turn. And then next turn, we have to discard 8 cards. Gosh, that's pretty unlucky. What's the opponent's deck size? No deck shaming here. Come on now. Their deck's big enough, I'm sure. I think I'm happy with how I boarded. It's not the size of your deck, it's how you use it. There you go. See? To be fair, our opponent's deck doesn't only have Henge to draw. They also have Innkeeper and Scalds to draw too. It's just our draw engine gets a little bit more obnoxious than theirs. You stroke an Embercleave if they cast over 2. You can. Its converted mana cost is always 6, regardless of the amount of mana they pay. The only time the converted mana cost on a card is different than the number that's printed in the corner is when you cast an X spell, and then the X spell's converted mana cost is only different while it's on the stack. So like, Niko, if you cast Niko for X is 0, Niko costs 3 and can't be Disdainful Stroke, but if you cast Niko for X is 1 or more, then Niko can be stroked. This is a mulligan, right? Not only is it missing colors, we can like get one of our colors with Path to the World Tree, but we don't have, we need double and we need blue as well. Like we don't have any Banishing Lights or other things that help keep us alive early. Yeah, this is fine. Not amazing, but fine. Probably bottom the Dryad here, I think. I guess Dryad fixes our colors. That's probably still the bottom. Do we want some Wilt? Yeah, I can see Wilt being okay. Maybe that's better than Heliod's intervention. We're playing a couple of interventions on the board, right? That card's kind of narrow. This is gonna fetch white. Then we can go Haven into Archon. I suppose with this draw, we could go Champion into Conqueror's Death with the tap land next turn. Maybe that's better. We draw untapped land, I think I want to Archon. We did. I think getting the lifelink going sooner is better than drawing a couple extra cards here to start. Especially with Yorion rolled up for later. Howdy, Durka Durka. Good afternoon. Yeah, we've been back with the new set. Today's Tuesday, Monday. What day is today? It all blurs together. Tuesday. We're doing Magic for the last 5 days now. And that's perfect. This is super rewarding for prioritizing getting lifelink stuff going. So we get to grab our blue source here. We get to drop this turn and get rid of this Lovestruck Beast. Make a 2/2. I want to prioritize exiling their higher powered one to make their henge slightly worse. And then next turn we can drop this plus this. Hey, thanks for the 23 months, Rook. I appreciate it. Welcome back. What a weird attack. They threw this away for nothing? They gonna deal 1 damage to this somehow? Because, like, this gained me 2 and I took 2? Oh, they wanted it in the bin to kill this. Sure. I wasn't really doing anything with that. I guess that's something to think about and play around. Maybe I'm supposed to eat the 1/1 there instead because this card exists. At this current point in time, I'm intending to reintegrate Magic as part of my regular content schedule. The 5-year badge is a Jester cap of your very own. I am intending with tomorrow. Tomorrow they are planning to release a new expansion for Runeterra, so I am planning to start splitting my schedule with some Magic and some Runeterra. I'm also going to be sending out a sub-survey asking some questions about that decision, so if you're a supporter that has an opinion on what mix of content that I do, make sure you take the time to fill that out. Hey, thanks for the third of the year, Hard Luck. Good to be back. My approximate loose plans are to do 3 hours of Magic and 3 hours of Runeterra every day, but that split's not set in stone, especially because Runeterra's patch notes today were pretty disappointing. I was expecting more than we got. Yeah, I was super disappointed with the Runeterra patch notes. Their changes were not the normal responsive candidates I've grown used to in that game. Redbeard, thanks for the 15 months. I appreciate the prime. Welcome back. The League partnership, technically, I'm supposed to play, what's it called? 30% of my content's supposed to be Riot related, but that's not set in stone strictly. 6. I doubt that. I think we're just passing here. It might be right to play this now to try and hit my land drop. I'm gonna do this to see if we hit our land drop. I don't really want to draw land, so I'm probably bottoming lands aggressively. That's actually kind of great, huh? So I can draw. No, that's actually bad because I can't play it, right? I'm out of. I could draw this land and then Foretold Scar and then Omen as blockers. Yeah, I can't play this turn if I try. I think I'm bottoming here. My deck is confident we want this. 6, 7. So if I draw untapped land next turn, I can pick up Yorion and play it? Are we not afraid of the red enchantment with their board? What red enchantment? Can you explain to me what card I'm not thinking of? Are you talking about this one? Are you talking about something else? You need to, I haven't played for a while, so you need to use card names. Or describe what they do at a minimum. Cleveland. Cleveland is not an enchantment. Cleave is a artifact. And yeah, Cleave sucks for us, but in other news, water's still wet, grass still green. I don't think sweeping doesn't really help us against Cleave, chat. Because, like, they still have Henge and a bunch of cards, and I'm out of gas. Like, this Archon is the only thing I have going on for me right now. So, would not be surprised to get cleaved, but I don't really have counterplay to that. Which is why cleave sucks to play against, because generally speaking, the answer is hope they don't have it. Although they didn't fetch second red there. So we're not getting cleaved. They're picking that up to deny us the life gain, sure. Yeah, if we draw untapped land here and get to go Yorion blink these in addition to hitting them for 7 and gaining 7, I think we're in a spot that can let us win the game, right? It's not the land I wanted for Christmas. Start here and see what we get. So if I discard Dryad, I can go land Conqueror's Death something here, and that gives me a blocker. I'm going to 20 off my 7 lifelink. I can exile this, and then I think we're not dead to cleave next turn, right? I mean, if they don't have cleave, we're in a great spot, right? So, like, I feel like I should just keep asking myself, do they have cleave? Yeah, like, this is completely different if it's open deckless. I know they don't have cleave, right? If I know they don't have cleave, we just exile Great Henge here and we don't worry about it. But I think because they could have cleave, we play it safe. It's like, if they're not attacking for lethal, I just don't block, and then I kill them in the air next turn, right? They're gonna need to stomp one of these 2/2s to not die to that. They did hit Bone Crusher Giant here. Although, wait, is this on an adventure? I think this is on an adventure. I think that's the adventure smush. I don't actually know. Didn't we lose game 1 to cleave? I have no idea. These matches and games have been incredibly long. Its CMC is only 2R. Yes! We figured out the interface. Alright, no blocks. Take 10, 12, go to 8. This explains the adventure mechanic. It doesn't say on an adventure, though. I think chat's, yes! They're dead! We've killed them! This matchup seems really good. We played this matchup earlier, and we beat them pretty handily when we played it. It feels like when we play Magic, they can't win. This is 9-13, right? I feel like cutting Cleave from their archetype has got to be wrong exactly because of matchups like this. Like, we just outgrind them easy peasy. Like, they need Cleave to actually kill us before they lose to things like this. Crunch. Do 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 do. Beep 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 do 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 do. This deck seems really neat. I like the idea of what it has going on a lot. I love, so it's kind of funny that, like, you say Bant Enchantments and people think, oh, well, it's a Calix deck. In reality, this was really a Niko deck, right? Like, the fact that these shards, Niko in these long games combos with both of our Constellation payoffs. The fact that Niko can come into play and make a ton of 2/2s is great. But Niko can also come into play and make this thing huge, and then Niko's +1 can make this unblockable. And, like, one of the issues you frequently have closing with an archetype like this is your Setessan Champion just gets chump blocked for eternity, and the fact that Niko lets you fix that problem while also, like, cranking it into Turbo Drive by casting this for a huge X felt really sweet. What's my other thought on this? Dryad was definitely worthwhile. I wasn't sure about how I wanted, or if this deck was going to have enough uses for its mana, and we spent all of our mana basically every single turn. And especially with things like Path and Wanderer, we had plenty of lands in most of the game, so Dryad felt good too. Yeah, I think the one change I would make at the end here is I would cut these Heliod's interventions, and I would play a couple of Wilts in their spot. I think this is just probably the better card. Sideboard felt pretty reasonable overall, though. You have 4 of these for the counterspell matchup, you have 4 of these for opposing Yorion decks and Ugin decks, and you have 4 of these for the creature decks. All right, at any rate, Coco Clip, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. For folks that have been around before, I'm back to doing Magic as part of my regular schedule. Still doing some Runeterra and some other games too, but expect at least a few hours of Magic from me every single day, again, moving forward. You can always find my schedule up on my website, and generally, we stick to that. Today, obviously, Twitch had a site-wide outage issues that threw me off my planned schedule a little bit, but generally speaking, I'm here live every single weekday from 7 a.m. Central till about 3 p.m. Central. Speaking of playing other things, for the remainder of today's stream, we are going to dive into a new indie card game called Chroma on Steam, and before everybody groans at the thought of a new card game and pulling out their wallets, one thing that Chroma is doing that's really unique is that their game is 100% free to play, in that you have all of the cards in their game when you create your account. They are monetizing their game 100% via cosmetic purchases. So if you hang out and check out some of the gameplay and it looks like something you might enjoy, you can give it an install on Steam, and you can play it yourself without spending any dollary dues. This is the Steam link. Let's get this flipped over. All right. We're going to start by playing through the tutorial together to get a feel for what the rules are. I played a little bit off stream before I agreed to the sponsor segment. The gameplay has some neat twists and ideas in it.